Hello and welcome back to our third edition of the EL Journey podcast. After a week's break, we are back. Once again, I'm Leo and joined by
Lewis and Tom.
And I'm going to hand over to Lewis, going to run over the contents for this week's episode.
So for today's contents, we've got So we're going to have a brief touch upon the rise of the coronavirus. And then we're going to talk about the last round's results and what we think, any shocks or anything like that. And then we're going to talk about the draw for this round, and then finally we're all going to discuss and have a little debate on who we think is going to win the competition from this round.
If it goes ahead.
Yeah.
So
you.
Yeah, and
so let's start on that then. So
yeah, that's what we're going to start with. I feel like as football fans, as Europa League fans, we can't really not mention it when the whole world is on a kind of a meltdown and the whole of Europe is trying to find ways to contain it. Like, first of all, we'd like to say, like, we're not like medical experts. We're not like trying to put ideas in people's minds and like trying to worry people. We're not trying to do that. That's not what we're here for.
All we're here to talk about is just the impacts that it's going to have on
the impacts on European football and especially the Europa League. So you may have heard the breaking news yesterday that all sport in Italy, like includes the Serie A, has been cancelled in Italy until the April the 3rd.
So then this weekend as well, just gone, the Swiss League was also postponed.
Yeah.
The Chinese Super League has been postponed.
Yeah.
So it's not looking good.
Yeah, many games going behind closed doors. In the Europa League, this includes Inter Milan Getafe, which if it actually goes ahead, I presume it will be behind closed doors, as most games in Italy which have been going ahead have been behind closed doors.
Well, then Olympiacos versus Wolves
versus Wolves, so a lot of Wolves fans have bought tickets and bought flights.
And even you look to the reverse when Roma play at home against Sevilla next round.
And then there's reports coming out today that LASK versus LASK versus Manchester United is likely to be behind closed doors, and there was a column from Simon Stone of BBC Sport who said about 900 Man United fans have bought tickets to the game. So they're still waiting on confirmation, but he said there's more than likely that it's going to be postponed.
Well, there's still many reports for German footballs.
Yeah.
With Wolfsburg, that's meant to be played behind closed doors, but nothing as far yet. Anyway,
Many European, not just in Europa League, but many European games in the Champions League have also been behind closed doors. So this is really coronavirus is really making its impact on football and sporting events, with major sporting events looking like they might not go ahead this year.
It's just like the Serie A is meant to be asked for it, meant to speak into the UEFA for an extension on the league, which will then put an impact for the Europa League, the Champions League, and also then in the summer for the Euros.
European Championships, definitely.
I mean, you touched on Germany as well then. They've got the most in the competition in the Europa League, so it's obviously a risk, but you got to look after
I think
people.
Like there was I saw a quote saying like football is the most important of the least important things, if you know what I mean. So like obviously it's important, but people's health and lives have to come first, so I feel like it's good.
It's the travelling that's going to affect people.
Yeah, obviously we must also say that this it is affecting the older generation and people with already suffering with immune system problems. But even if someone of a younger age would get it, they could, if they don't self-isolate, they could pass it on to someone else and potentially damage someone else's lives.
It just spreads from country to
country.
And
it looks like it is spreading quick. It's like something from China happened a few years ago is now turning up in Manchester, in England, and all across the world. So, and even in the case of the United States and stuff like that. So, I feel like people need to start taking it seriously, and football probably has to take a back seat of everything. So
But the main reports coming from today is that the fact of the competition might be.
I also did see that report of.
So it's just a major impact for.
Yeah, so it's going to have a major impact, but we must obviously we hope not. This gets cancelled. We obviously hope it doesn't get cancelled, because we all of us here love our football. We love to watch football, so let's hope that it doesn't get cancelled. But if it does, we'll have to. That's what the decision is. That's what we have to do.
Yeah.
So
it's an important thing we talk about. I think that's good that we can get that.
I feel like if we're obviously this is Europa League podcast. on the grand scale of things, but we also talk about football and stuff like that. And we can't not mention it.
Yeah, I agree.
Everybody in football, everybody in the world is talking about it, and especially in football as well.
Exactly.
But that's what we're going to touch.
Yeah, let's move on to the
football.
football.
We touched upon it. We're going to move on. We're going to move on to the just little reflections on a round of 32 second legs, which happened a couple of weeks ago. So, Lewis, what was your first point about the second legs?
So, a big talking point for me was the fact of Celtic. I just think it's a poor result for them, really.
It's at home, isn't it? Celtic Park to lose 3-1.
There was 1-0 in the first leg.
To Celtic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then go into... Yeah, as it's 1-1, but then they're having to then go to Celtic Park, but then they end up losing 3-1. I just think it's a poor result.
Yeah, and this is also harmful. I read to Scotland's actual coefficient in the UEFA European League. Scotland were on the cusp of having the top two teams going to the I think the top maybe first and top two going to the Champions League, which would have been huge for Scotland because obviously every year is the team that comes first goes to the qualifying stage. They could get two teams in the Champions League.
The amount of money that would increase, and then they'd be able to get the transfers in, they'd be able to increase the league.
Yeah. Exactly, 100%. But Celtic, I think they didn't begin to play. I think they have to give Copenhagen, who played very well, to go to Celtic Park and an intimidating atmosphere.
I mean, we made the point as well that Celtic are the ones that are sort of running away with the league now. So the fact that they could have risked this, they should have gone for that.
Yeah,
so it's not a poor result.
Especially with Rangers' troubles in the SPFL, they really could have went for this Europa League.
Should we talk about their local neighbours then?
So Rangers, who got a really, really impressive 1-0 win in Braga. So before the round of 32, we all predicted that Rangers would be the only British team not to get through.
We did,
and they ended up being the first British team to go through because obviously they played on the Wednesday night away at Braga.
Ryan Kent ended up doing it for them again.
Yeah, they did. I think they missed a penalty as well, didn't they? They missed a penalty as well.
But then he went and.
But again, watching the game and watching the highlights as well, Braga didn't really create too much. Rangers played really well. It's weird how Rangers have been doing quite poorly in the SPFL, but in Europe they really seem to have no.
Rangers had a few more chances they should have took in that game. Yeah. Like early on, Ryan Kent, he had a lot of chances.
I think Scott Arthur had a few chances as well. But yeah, Rangers gone to a Braga side who we talked about, who were doing really well, like 10 wins out of 11 under their new manager. To beat them 4-2 in aggregate, including a win away in Portugal, was really impressive. And let's hope they can continue that into the next round and hopefully get further in the competition.
Yeah, a few shocks actually this round, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was.
You've got the obvious is Arsenal.
I think we missed.
Stunned at home.
I think it's just poor, really.
For me, they've done the hard part of going to Greece and getting a 1-0 win.
Olympiacos is not an easy game.
It's definitely not an easy game, but
they did well against. They did well in the Champions League, though. Really,
Tottenham. Yeah, they were 2-0 up at one point, and ended up losing. But they went, for me, they did the hard part. They went to Greece, an intimidating atmosphere, a really good set of fan base, a nice stadium. They went there, won 1-0, got the away goal. You're thinking, all right, they're going to bring back to Emirates, get one early on, and then that does it.
Yeah.
But as the game grew on, Arsenal were getting more and more frustrated, and then they conceded, and then both goals from set pieces, which Arteta must be absolutely furious.
It's not a surprise, though, is it? Again.
No, because
with Arsenal's history and everything,
we know
with Arsenal's team though, there should be.
They're struggling. They do struggle to defend, especially with set pieces.
Players like Aubameyang and Lacazette, they should be being able
and
to.
Even at 2-1, Aubameyang has that chance in that very last minute, and I think all Arsenal fans, if you'd put one player in that position to score for him,
but for me that just shows that how much they're relying on Aubameyang.
Yeah,
like he's got the blame for that almost, hasn't he? The fact he's missed
he was. To be fair, it was a very bad miss.
It wasn't great, but yeah,
he did score an absolute worldie about 10 minutes before,
and still not the goal of the round. Ajax is the other. Ajax dumped out by Getafe.
So Champions League semi-finals last season to Europa League round of 32 this season. I think it was. We all knew Getafe could call a shot because of how well they're doing there.
They're doing well in La Liga.
In La Liga, but it ended up being quite comfortable for Getafe at the end, really. Ajax won 2-1 on the night, but obviously they lost. I think it ended up 3-2 in aggregate. So
Yeah.
Ajax needed to win. They needed 2 more goals, and they did.
Well, they had the away goal anyway.
Yeah, Getafe scored first within the first 10 minutes, didn't they? Getafe, so and to make it 3-0 aggregate. But yeah, so Getafe march on in the Europa League, and Ajax, they're out. They've crashed out.
And the only other one to touch on is Porto's loss to Bayer Leverkusen.
Well, we all predicted this to be the game of the round.
Yeah, that was true, wasn't it?
I feel like this one kind of lived up to his billing. Was it a 3-1 win for Bayer Leverkusen?
I think so.
Yeah, and so that made it 5-2 on aggregate. So all in all, a very comfortable win for a comfortable aggregate.
It was. They looked Bayer Leverkusen the ones for me that could actually be ones to watch.
I feel like ones to watch and the players ones to watch was Kai Havertz, who was simply unplayable that day. 2 assists and a goal, probably making him.
He's one of the best players in this
I'd
competition.
say they just played well as a team, though,
Yeah.
to be fair. That was what
and
edged
he is
it.
one of the standout players in the Europa League, and hopefully, Bayer Leverkusen fans don't want to hear this, but maybe he's on for a big money move in the summer. Maybe somewhere in the Premier League. 'Cause I feel like.
There's been lots of rumours for Liverpool, but
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Yeah, plenty of speculation going about. So if
We'll-
we are looking at the result of the round, what are we thinking?
see, I'd say Olympiacos.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Olympiacos were just they literally defended like Spartans. Yeah, from Greece. They were unbelievable. They defended so well, and they really showed why they deserved to be in the competition. And now they march on the Europa League, and Arsenal have only the Premier League and the FA Cup to concentrate on.
That's true. I'm surprised they didn't go with Manchester United's demolition against Bruges, but
Well, it was all made.
maybe it was too easy in the end.
Well, it was. They didn't have their star striker Dennis, who caused so much problems for Man United.
That's true.
For United in the first leg. That was also a good start. Then it also doesn't help when their centre back decides to save the ball in the first 15 minutes and get himself sent off.
That's not great, no.
No, well, Man United played really well, 5-0. Agallo got in getting his first goal. Fernandes as well.
Again, yeah.
But I don't know if they liked me what that centre back was doing. He's literally saved it like he was a goalkeeper.
Fair enough.
He's let his team down badly there.
Well,
Bruges
It's just poor error of judgment.
Yeah,
to be fair.
it's really poor.
we'll give Olympiacos that one then.
Yeah, I think to knock out like with Arsenal with the players that they've got, and then
And also being 1-0 down on aggregate, they had to
and
go there
then
and
coming
win.
back.
I mean, this is last year's finalist, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like Arsenal
At
last year's
home.
and the team hasn't changed that much since then.
Debatably, it's improved.
Yeah.
So
We're going to have 2 different finalists this year because Arsenal will not be going to Poland.
which we'll discuss
Yeah.
later in the podcast. The draw happened. The round of 16 now confirmed. We've got 8 games, all on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Shall I give them a run through?
Just go through what time we got.
Yeah, we've got LASK, the Austrian side, will play Solskjaer's Manchester United.
So what do you think about that?
That is...
To be fair to LAS, they are doing really well in the.
They knocked out top of the Eredivisie.
They've gone under the radar. They're clear underdogs this round.
They're clear underdogs this round.
Well, they're top of the league in the Austrian league as well.
Yeah,
and they top Group D.
They're currently top. They're top in the Austrian league above Salzburg, who obviously Salzburg have lost their 2 best players in Haaland and Minamino, but they were Salzburg were quite away in front. So LAS to catch them up and now topple them.
They can't be underestimated. They
I don't think
wins against PSV and Sporting Lisbon as well.
Yeah, 100%.
I think they're still good opponents, to be fair, but
Yeah.
they are the lowest ranked.
I think when Man United fans and players had the draw, they were thinking, okay, we've got a nice one there, but obviously Man United players really can't take them. They have to take them seriously, or they might find themselves in the end of a giant killing and a shock at the end.
Yeah. Good time for United to play them there.
Yeah, because
Man
United are in quite good form right now, just after winning the derby.
Yeah.
I think it's if you're LASK, you're thinking that's the completely wrong time to play Man United. But if they give it their all, and I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Everybody has a chance.
So the next one,
do we shoot out a prediction? Should we
sure.
Do that?
Predictions. I think Man United to get a 2-0 win away in Austria. That's my prediction.
Okay. What do you reckon, Lewis?
I think it'll be 1-1.
Okay.
I think it's away from home. I don't know. I think they're being underestimated, as they're being the lowest ranked team in the competition at the moment.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be 1-1 because they're away as well. What do you think, Tom?
I'd go 3-1 United actually, but I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's one of them where I also wouldn't be surprised, like you say, if LASK get something from that.
I think LASK have to. I feel like they have to get something here because go to Old Trafford will be difficult. So if they have anything to hold on to, they're gonna. A 1-1 draw will be probably perfect for them because at least they've got something to hang on to and something to.
It was shown in the last round though, with them going away from home to start with, then demolishing Bruges.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our next game.
We got Eintracht Frankfurt versus Swiss outfit Basel, which is one of the games that's.
Yeah, I think I think two quite evenly matched teams.
It is actually, yeah.
Basel knocking out Apoel Nicosia and Frankfurt knocking out Salzburg. So this is Frankfurt, obviously last season's semi-finalists. But obviously their team has changed a lot since then. Obviously since they got to the Europa League semi-finals. But again, this is another good game.
Yeah, I think Basel are another one of those teams where you can't underestimate because they topped their group and they only conceded 3 goals so far at this competition.
This is the first time, it's a good fact for you, that Eintracht Frankfurt have ever played Basel in a European competition.
So both teams is going to be quite going into the unknown.
It's a close one, isn't it? I mean, a lot of these games are going to be the same story, but it's a close tie.
And Basel, normally Champions League regulars, got wins over Man City last season. I think they beat Man United the season before.
Well, Basel they've won the last 3 games in the Europa League and they haven't conceded without conceding the goal.
Yeah,
so it shows that they've got 3
all tournaments so far.
So what do you?
I think Eintracht Frankfurt will edge it. To be honest, I think it will be 3-1. I just think. I think they're a high quality team. I think they're doing well at the moment.
I'm actually feeling Basel to go through here. I'm feeling a 1-0 Basel win in Germany.
Wow.
I think in the Commerzbank Arena, it's good atmosphere there. I think the crowd will get rocking. I just think they'll be able to do it. To be fair.
For me,
I call a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
So.
But again,
I'll split all 3 of us.
I think it's all going to be all close games.
Yeah, it will.
So let's move on to the next tie of the round.
Yeah, so you got the former champions Sevilla who play at home to Roma.
Sevilla, the most times winners were 5.
I think that's a good game. That is.
I think it's another close game. 2 teams evenly matched. Roma, not having okay. I think they're still in the fight for Champions League places in the Serie A. So they've on their day they can beat any team, to be honest. But I feel like Sevilla have got pedigree in this competition. Obviously with different managers and different players, but I feel like they know how to win this competition.
Yeah, I think it's an experienced Roma side that, to be fair, only just earned the progression. But there's a stat that says Sevilla have scored 14 and conceded just 3 in 6 games. So it shows what they can do on the night. So
Roma have lost the last 10 away matches to Spanish sides, so it's not the best record for them.
So they obviously don't like going to Spain.
No.
So that's where they are to start off.
I feel like maybe Roma may age the tie, but I feel like Sevilla are going to win at home. I feel like I'm feeling a Sevilla 2-1 win.
I also said that. Yeah.
I think 1-0 Sevilla, because Sevilla they've only lost 3 out of the last 25. Europa League matches.
Okay. Yeah, we've seen throughout the Champions League teams from England struggle going to Sevilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always find it difficult.
Well, we saw Leicester go there.
Leicester have been there, Man United have been there, Liverpool have been there last few years, and they've all not won there.
Yeah.
So, yes, let's move on to the next tie of the round.
Istanbul versus FC Copenhagen.
Well, Copenhagen knocked out Celtic in the last round, which I was surprised about with them, with it being a draw in the first leg.
Yeah.
But I don't know with this one. I think, to be honest, I'm saying a draw at the moment. I just think it's quite a.
Yeah, I think for most of these ties we can say it again. This is going to be a close game. These are
that stage now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's getting to the business end of the competition where maybe teams don't want to come out as much because they feel that they're maybe a fear to fail, a fear to go. Exactly. So I feel like Copenhagen could be able to deal with the hostile Istanbul atmosphere. Istanbul doing really well in the league.
It's quite a distance to travel.
Exactly.
That's the fact of
yeah.
Yeah. Copenhagen, they've eliminated 3 out of 5 previous Europa League ties in the knockout stages, which is a very good record in recent years. But as you said earlier, Tom, they had a good group to go out of. Istanbul.
Yeah, we've got Roma, Mönchengladbach, and they topped the group.
Top that group, yeah. So again, a side not to be underestimated.
Yeah, a really successful Europa League journey so far.
So I feel I'm going to go with here a 2-0 Istanbul home win.
Okay. What about you, Lewis?
I think it'll be 1-1.
I went 1-0 Istanbul. So, yeah, I think not much between this again.
No.
Not those two.
What's the next tie?
The tie of the round, apparently. Inter Milan, Getafe, who...
Well, yes.
Big game, obviously.
Yeah, I think Inter Milan, I think we can all can agree, one of the favourites to win this tournament.
After the Barcelona disappointment in the Champions League, they've got to now focus on this now, haven't they?
Yeah, because...
They've won the favourite.
They won the favourites. I think they want to win Serie A, but it's looking quite unlikely after losing to Juventus.
That was a crucial game.
I think that's a crucial game. I feel like if they won it, they still had a chance. But now losing it, I think they're like 6 points behind Juve now.
They're gonna have to wait on.
They're gonna have to rely on Juve losing games, and Juve don't lose games often in the Serie A.
No, I mean they produced a convincing couple of performances against Ludogorets in the last round. I expected to continue this run for me. So
what else I think I know it didn't phase them in the last round, but with it being played behind closed doors,
and even if it goes ahead, being paid. Watching the highlights, it is very weird to watch a game being played behind closed doors.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give Getafe an advantage, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because I think San Siro is such a cauldron without any fans. It's quite. I feel like it could be better for them to go and play it. And we've seen Getafe. They're a good side.
Again, yeah, this is a side that knocked Ajax out.
They're looking to get into the Champions League this season. They may feel they can do it for the league, and they may feel they can do it for the Europa League, but I feel Inter Milan, with all the players that they've got, the experience they've got, like Romelu Lukaku, Alexis Sanchez,
Godin in the back.
Godin. They've got
serial winners in the Europa League.
Christian Eriksen. I feel that I just feel like they'll just edge Getafe. Yeah. I think due to their experience and the probably better players, not because maybe they're better football inside.
I think it showed within the last round with them beating Ajax. I think that's a big result.
So I'm going to go for again a narrow. I'll go for a 2-0, a home win against Inter Milan. 2-0 home win.
I think a 2-1 to Inter Milan.
I go 2-0 as well. So
so we feel like Inter
that's
Milan
the first one we've agreed, right?
All three of them. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and then we move back to Germany. Wolfsburg versus Shakhtar Donetsk, another side that dropped out of the Champions League. Wolfsburg achieved runner-up in Group I and comfortably sit 7th in the Bundesliga. I say comfortably, but another Champions League side. They're now playing Shakhtar after a win against Benfica.
Yeah, knocked out Benfica in the last round.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's not an easy game for either of them.
Yeah, it's not. These aren't easy games to predict, to be honest, because I think
they're quite close ties.
All are really close. I think maybe you can say the only one is like LAS versus Manchester United, where you feel like Man United are probably the very much clear favourites. But apart from that,
that's fair.
It's tough to really pick a winner, to be honest. But I think with this one again, we all seen in Germany how good their fans are. These fans Wolfsburg fans will be up for it. No.
Yeah, I struggled with this one the most to get a prediction actually.
Yeah, but Shakhtar again, always Champions League regulars. They've got experience in European football competition. Wolfsburg probably not so much.
Do you think that can have an impact that you drop out of the Champions League? That can hurt you.
It's a lot of games.
It is.
I feel like for Shakhtar, it's probably tough because going from playing like Manchester City in the Champions League to dropping down to Europa League is probably like a bit of like, do we really want to be in this competition? But while they're here, while they're in the round of 16, they've got every chance of winning the tournament.
Yeah,
haven't they? So they might as well just.
It's just that risk where you either drop down and you can think you can quite comfortably compete, and maybe it swings the other way, or they'll be comfortable. It's just one of them. So I don't know. I do think they'll win at Wolfsburg. I did say 2-1 Shakhtar for this.
I said I think it'd be 1-0 to Wolfsburg.
Okay.
I had 1-0 Shakhtar, a narrow away win.
Yeah.
I think with the German crowd, I just think they'll be able to edge it as well.
Yeah. Well, We'll have to wait and see until Thursday.
We will. In the penultimate game, Rangers by Leverkusen.
I really like this game.
This is a good
I feel
tie.
like this is going to be a very good game.
If Rangers are able to get the fans on the side and if they put the full effort in, they've got a good chance.
100%. With Stephen Gerrard actually coming out at his press conference after draw and saying that Bayer Leverkusen were the toughest team they could get.
I think that's a bit mind games.
Oh, I think that's a bit of mind games.
Mind games, but he recognises.
But
he recognises how good Bayer Leverkusen are. But I think the thing with Rangers now is not to fear it, just going there with no fear.
But they've overachieved this Europa League, haven't they?
This is Bayer Leverkusen's second visit to Scotland ever.
Is it?
And the last time was
in
1998 against Rangers as well. So.
Oh, okay. It's a bit of history there.
Yeah.
I just think, Rangers, a runner-up in a difficult group, edging past Young Boys and Feyenoord, and then brushing past Braga recently. It's not an easy pushover for the German.
They've had tough teams throughout this competition.
Yeah.
So I don't think a club like Bayer Leverkusen will faze them because they've played big teams in this competition as well. So I feel, and again, Ibrox it's always a tough place to go. I think Bayer Leverkusen players will recognise that.
I just think they will. I think Rangers will struggle with the players and the team that Bayer Leverkusen got.
Bayer Leverkusen are going for a little bit of decent run of form in the Bundesliga as well. And I feel like
it's the way they play. It's just the whole style, and then it's just the.
And when they've got a player like Kai Havertz, he can do anything. If he decides to show up, I don't know if Rangers can handle it. But they have Alfredo Morelos back after he was banned against Braga.
It's the same question with him though, isn't it? If he shows up, if he
exactly.
behaves himself. Then.
But Yanis Hadji has been playing quite well. Ryan Kent. Rangers definitely do have the players to hurt Bayer Leverkusen, but whether they do, is another thing. So
aggressive game. Expect cards, no doubt, in this one.
So Lewis, let's kick off with your prediction. What do you think the score's going to be on Thursday night?
I think it'd be 2-1 to Bayer Leverkusen.
Tom? Yeah, I'm saying them to edge it. I said 1-0 Bayer Leverkusen.
I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. I think Rangers are going to get a draw.
Well, they're coming back against Braga in the first leg of this 2-0
This isn't going to be an easy game for either side.
No.
So let's move on to our last tie of the round.
The last one, another good one. Olympiacos, the ones tie of the round last time, knocking at Arsenal. They're at home this week to Wolverhampton Wanderers.
So Olympiacos, after beating an English side, get rewarded with another one. Wolves
fancy their chances, maybe.
Yeah, I think Wolves certainly can't take them easily after what they've just done to Arsenal.
Well, I think Wolves. I think they didn't put a full strength team out against in the second leg against Espanyol, but still managed to.
Was that 3-2? They lost, didn't they? Wolves, yeah.
Yeah, but they already were 4-0
exactly.
So it wasn't. But they have their first team out, so we're not gonna slate Wolves for that. They really
No.
They had the tie won the first leg. You'd expect them to make changes.
I mean, Wolves are a side that could go all the way for me. This is because they're against the final ex-Champions League side in Olympiacos, who obviously we know stunned Arsenal will need to be top of the game against this exciting Wolves side that put 6 past Espanyol in both legs.
But Wolves, they've always coped, but you still feel that question of squad depth.
Yeah.
Everything.
It's what all the fans thought towards the start of the season. Have they got the squad depth to do all the competitions?
But right now they are. They are playing really well, and they're going.
They're in the top 6 in the English Premier League, and then
they are fighting for the Champions League. They're not that far off it. They can still make it.
Yeah.
But again, I think the Europa League can be a serious way to get into the Champions League for them. I feel like they're doing.
It's also that. The recent transfer, Podence going to Wolves from Olympiacos.
Oh, wow.
Being recent.
Probably he's going back to his former club probably sooner than he would have liked, but but yeah, he's going back to Olympiacos. We'll see how it pans out.
So what are our predictions for that?
Start with your prediction for Olympiacos Wolves.
I think a 1-1 draw for this.
Yeah, and obviously mention again that he's being played behind closed doors.
Yeah, that'll have an impact.
I think that might edge it.
Might have an impact because Olympiacos fans are brilliant in the way they support their team. So maybe without them,
it's a big disadvantage, isn't it?
It may affect Wolves because they would have took a lot of fans, to be fair, and they would have created a good atmosphere and got behind them.
Yeah, I feel like with the sailing behind closed doors, I'm going to give it edge at Wolves. I'm going to go 2-1 to Wolverhampton Wanderers.
I'm going to say 1-0 to Wolves. I think if they just edge it there, and then they'll have to go back to the Molineux then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
So
that's all the ties for this next round. So now we're gonna move on to our winners of the Europa League. We've all chosen a team that we believe is going to go all the way. We're going to go to the Gdansk in Poland.
I just want to say that we haven't discussed it and who we think, because we want to keep it all like serious and professional.
So we're hopefully we'll pick different teams, because I feel like if we all pick the same team, it's going to be a bit boring. But I'm going to start. This might be
Who
a bit.
are you going for?
I think it might be a little bit biased,
I think I can guess who
LASK.
you're going to go for.
but I think Manchester United have all the tools and all the capabilities to win the Europa League.
You can't disagree, to be fair.
And
They're in the hot form at the moment.
they're in really good form. They've got, on paper, the best draw, the best tie, the best draw.
Yeah.
So they probably should be getting to the quarterfinals.
I think they shouldn't be. I think they've got to be wary of them.
Yeah, 100%. They can't take them seriously, but I feel like if you would ask them before the draw, who do you want?
Yeah, that's
You're going to get LASK. I think everybody.
Arsenal are out, so they can't go for Arsenal.
No,
can they?
so LASK. Yeah. So,
No, that's
and I just feel like we've got pedigree. We won the competition only 3 years ago. We know how to win it. It's not the same as squad, but there's a lot of players that are still there that know how to win it. So
the only thing that I think struggles is that the style of play that you've got. The style of play is just counter-attacking football. It's at the moment like as you saw on Sunday against Manchester City.
Yeah, but I feel like with our new signings, Bruno and Odin Igalo, with Bruno can grace him out of nothing, and he loves the Europa League. Even Sporting this season, he got 5 goals in the group stage. He loves the Europa League.
big impact player.
Exactly. So yeah, my pick for the winners, Manchester United, and I believe they're going to make it 2 Europa League wins. So we move on to you, Lewis. Who is your pick for this year's Europa League?
So it might be favoured by many, but I think it's going to be Inter Milan. I think they've got a good manager in Antonio Conte. I think they've got a good overall team. To be fair, they've got Romelu Lukaku. I just think they'll be able to edge it. Like I know it was only against Ludogorets in the last round, but I think they still showed quality. They're doing well in the Serie A at the moment.
Yeah,
but
I certainly wouldn't put it past them. I think they've all got all the capabilities of winning the Europa League. I just feel, are they going to take it as seriously as some other teams? Because you saw the teams against Ludogorets, they didn't play their best player. They didn't play every single. They rested quite a few players.
But I think at the moment they are 6 points behind.
Yeah, and they are
Juventus.
comfortably on the top 4, so they will be getting Champions League football through the league, unless something drastically goes wrong, which I don't think will happen. But you never know.
Unless it's being postponed.
Well, it's out of their hands then, isn't it?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's out of their hands. But I definitely agree with you. I definitely think they can. I think they're going to be but they have got one of the hardest draws in this round of 16 with Getafe, a really good side. So yeah, Inter Milan definitely up there. So Tom, who is your pick for the Europa League this year?
It's a little bit of a surprise. It's not one of the biggest equipped sides, but I just think this Wolves side is an exciting side. I think I watched them play, against Espanyol. The first leg, it was an absolute destruction. I've not seen a team play like that quick.
Yeah,
the goals they're scoring.
Espanyol are bottom of the league. I know Wolves do well in the Premier League, but Espanyol are bottom of the league.
It's true, but you can only beat what's in front of you. I think they absolutely.
I feel like this is a big test for Wolves, because I feel like they're quite.
It's a big test.
It's a big call. I'm aware, but
yeah. But
Olympiacos are a good team.
But they've shown the Premier League in the last couple of 2 year seasons they've been here, they can beat big teams. They do well against the big teams.
Wolves will relish this chance to to knock. They knocked out Arsenal, Olympiacos. They'd love this.
Yeah, and I feel if they go away to a big club like Olympiacos, with the. If they go, beat them over 2 legs, I feel like their confidence will just grow and grow. Their momentum will grow and grow.
I think that's how they hit the next stage now as a club. If they can go far
100%.
in Europe.
I think the other contender is that we haven't mentioned is Bayern Leverkusen as well.
Yeah.
I just think their team. I just think they're going well at the moment. To be fair, I think they'll be able to beat Rangers.
But so that's our 3 picks for the Europa League winners.
Can we agree on one?
Um,
Probably not.
Probably not.
No. I don't think I can agree on Wolves.
Fair enough.
I can see. I don't think I can see it, but look, strange things have happened, haven't they?
Indeed, that is the Europa League.
So, yeah. So that concludes this third episode of the EL Journey podcast.
Just want to quickly talk to you about our social media.
Yeah, hand over to Tom, who currently runs our Instagram page. What's the name? Like, what can people expect to see on it?
The EL Journey, Europa League Journey, those who haven't picked that up just yet, is our Instagram page. Now we're running lots on there, plenty of things, plenty of content, different fact files, different information, previews, everything. So yeah, give us a follow, keep it going, and
just get involved.
Yeah, there's also a Twitter which I currently run, which is again EL_Journey. At EL_Journey. So yeah, obviously, again, same like Tom, there'll be regular updates through the Europa League round of 16 ties. There's different fact files, there's previews, there'll be polls. Any of the audience to come in and drop any kind of opinion they can, we'll get back to you. We'll like your tweets. We'll do it. Anything for your support and your opinions. Let's have these debates in the comments. We're happy to hear them. So yeah.
And then I'm also currently in the making of making a website for us, and the website will be named as www.eljourney. But it's just, we're trying on there to inform you, but also engage with you. It's just going to be fun, but also engaging.
Yeah, there's going to be lots of content about the Europa League, and because now we're getting to the business end of it, and it's going to be really exciting as we carry on to the end of the journey.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Okay. Thanks for everybody to watching. I hope to see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.